Hi everybody, thanks so much for stopping by my channel today. So, you know what? You really liked the little Dollar Tree gift sack journal notebook that I made. And I thought, you know what? I have extra of these, so we're gonna do something else with them. We're gonna continue on with that theme. We're gonna continue on with the bee theme because I still have so much left in this 6x6 paper pack. And I still have a bunch of these little sacks left. So, we're going to cut them down and we're going to make a little photo album. And we're going to bind them using these little rings. You can get these at any office supply store. I'm going to be using the, I think these are 3/4 of an inch. Let me grab my ruler. They're 1 inch. Okay, and you know what? This is another item that I just like to pick up at garage sales and thrifting things. So I have lots of different sizes and colors on here, and I just grab them, and usually they're just like 25 cents or a nickel or whatever, and I just throw them on this, actually it's a curtain ring, and just keep them handy. So while we're talking about that, let me show you guys some thrift finds I'm excited about. So this is a great wooden cigar box, which I love. I just picked this up this past weekend. Even still smells like cigar. But I love putting ephemera bits and pieces and things like that because they store really nicely. So if you've been watching my channel for a while, you remember I have this giant bag of odds and ends, bits and bobs. There's some lace and fabric in there that I'll take out, but I thought what a great place to put my pearls and my little sort of brass pieces and things like that. So that's what I'm gonna do with that. I was really excited about this. And this was 50 cents. So that was pretty cool. And then the other thing I wanted to show you guys, which I'm really, really excited about. All right, so this is a storybook. This was my favorite storybook as a child. Have you ever forgot that something was your favorite till you see it again and then you're like, oh my gosh. We were at an estate sale, my daughter and I, and this was just in a box. It's really, really beat up, okay? But I instantly saw the cover and I was like, oh my gosh, that's my favorite book. I don't believe I ever owned it. I think it was one that I just checked out from the children's library 100 times. But there's something unusual about this book. It's colored with metallic gold and highlighted, and you have to look at this. My daughter looked at it and she said, oh my gosh, they do not. See, I have a really like a visceral memory of this as a child. This beautiful Cinderella and her dress and the dogs and her horse. I was like, oh my gosh, what memories were flooding back. But anyway, my daughter was very impressed that all this filigree around the pages, and it's all metallic gold. It's all like stenciled on every single page. Every element is highlighted with gold on here. This is a first edition. It's from 1950, and I am in love. I'm absolutely in love. I am going to rehab this book. I've never done that before with a storybook before, but I'm just really excited. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do some new binding on this, and I'm going to think about it for a while, and then we might do a video on it. And in case you guys have something you want to do, I might even expand it a little bit, and I'm not going to damage the pages or anything. I just want to keep the cover intact, and I want to keep the pages intact, but who knows, maybe I'll put some bookmarks and other things in there. But yeah, I love it. And this was $1, and I ran to buy it. It was really odd. It was like the only storybook in the house too. So, I mean, it was meant to be. So yeah, very excited. All right, so let's get on with the fun. All right, so let's see how many of these I have left in here. I kind of have them laying all over. So I've got 1, 2, 3. I should have 7 because I only used 1. Yes. All right. So I don't know how many we'll use. Once again, we're just winging it. All right, but I do know we're going to cut them down to 9 inches. Okay, so right now they're probably, they're about 9.5 inches. So we're going to cut those down to 9 inches for 2 reasons. We're going to cut off that little edge right there. And then I want them to be, when I fold these in half, or maybe I'll cut them in half. Ooh, I want them to be 4.5 inches. All right. And then we're going to ink the edges just like we did before. I'm going to start off with 4 of these. Maybe we'll start off with 4. I might have to do a 5th. I don't want to cut down bags that I'm not sure I'm going to need because I might want to do something with those later. All right, so now what we're going to do is we're going to take these, and you know what? I'm going to do a 5th one. Congratulations, everybody. You get to see my mind at work. All right, so now we're going to cut them in half. So I don't need this thing sticking out. Do 4.5 inches. So you have 2 pieces, all right? Trust me, we're going to get through it. This is a different one. I've never done a paper bag with a like 3-ring binding before. I've done other albums, but not a paper bag, I don't think. All right. And one more. Now remember, I got these bags at the Dollar Tree in the party section, and you can use any color. They just had a whole lot of yellow. All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to place them alternating like this. Maybe we'll do this. Nope, I like the side one. Okay, we're just making sure our openings are on the right. Like this and like this. And who knows, we might do like a hard cover on it with some chipboard. Now, this is going to be where we are opening with lots of pockets and things. See, and the reason we're doing the ring binding is this is going to be thick. It's going to be a big one, okay? But this side, the pages that are like this, we need to bind those. We need to do something with those. I could glue them shut, but then they're going to look kind of, I don't know, kind of raggedy next to this bound edge. So I think what we're going to do is we could do washi tape, like fold a strip of washi tape and put that along the binding. Or we could cut some cardstock and glue to fold it in half and do that for the binding. Not sure yet. All right, and then we have all this paper. I have this left over from the last project, which if you haven't seen that one, I will go ahead and attach it at the end of the video. In fact, let me grab it. There we go. Just this cute little notebook. It's got a great little closure. Just go like that. And then it just opens up easily, and it's filled with coffee dyed paper. This was a really fun and easy one to put together. And it's going to go back in my basket of projects that we are giving away. So stick around to the end of the video and you'll learn how you could be entered in to win this one. I give all my projects away. So the paper we're just going to cut down so it's 4 inches. We're going to have a lot of little scraps left over. That's okay. We're going to use those on tags and all kinds of things. So I don't want borders necessarily going here on this side because it's going to get hole punched, okay? I probably want to put a lot of things on the outside edge. So also we're going to be doing some inking. Got my favorite golden brown ink here. And just going to ink all of the edges all the way around of all the pieces. Now I'm not going to do that right now because that's not going to be too entertaining. So I'm going to take a little break and we're going to ink everything. I'm going to get some of the hole punching done and I'll show you how I did that. And cut some paper down and figure out too what I'm going to put on there for a binding. Okay, I've gotten to a place where I think I can share some more with you. So I've got 2 pages done here, and I'm going to show you what I did. So we've got a little border going here, and then when you turn the page, I want to have 2 facing pages. I did say I wanted to keep these away from the binding inside, but some of the papers, you just have to do it that way. So because I really wanted to feature this. And then the pocket, the little tuck spot right here will be on the outside part because we want to leave this part open. Okay, and then we're gonna take this, see I'm just using a scrap left over from cutting down my paper. Okay, we're using those scraps up. And then we're just gonna take some glue and we're gluing that down, and that's going to be just like a really cute little spot to tuck some things right there. Okay, now this one has the binding intact. These pieces don't because we cut them in half. So this side right here, I had some yellow washi tape, but I found also this black polka dot. I've had it forever, you guys, but I think it just really goes with the bee theme. So we're going to go with this, if I can undo this. This is really old, so we'll see. All right. I have not tried this, so let's see how it goes. So I'm going to lay it like this, maybe. And then we're going to put this on half of it. This little part got cut off. We're just going to fold it over. Okay. Man, my allergies, you guys. Are you guys suffering too? In Oregon, it is just bad. All right. So that's bound that piece. So then when we put them together, it's going to kind of have this little polka dot thing. I'm not even sure that you'll see it once they're all bound together, but I just like the idea of using those polka dots. So that's what we're going to do. All right. So the next thing is we're going to go ahead and do a little hole punch right here. Let's see if I don't have to use my big one. Nope, it will totally work. Okay, and then for this one, I would recommend having one be the template. Gotta empty my hole punch. It's filled with little circles. Okay, so if you use one as a template every time, then you're going to keep everything in pretty good order here. Oops. But I'll tell you what, if you don't get it in the right spot, it's hard. Let's see. I'm gonna make that easier. Okay, I did make a little indentation there, so we're just gonna use the indentation. There. Okay. So the other thing I want to do is, because we're going to be opening these, I was thinking about doing that little circle punch deal on there. Kind of making it a wide circle punch. So let's try it on here. This is a 1.5 inch circle punch. And I'm just using like half of that. I don't even want to use all of it right there. So I'm using about 1/3 of it. Woo! Okay, so that's just going to be a cute little tab spot there. Oh, and I dropped my ink applicator. Okay, there. And then on this one, using that as a template again, just like that, then go ahead and remove it. Woo! That's kind of fun. All right, so let's see what this is going to look like so far. I've already decided that this is not going to be the front cover, but I think it's important to pay attention to the inside part, get everything laid out, see how it's going to go. I can do the covers at the end. All right, so I'm going to just take one of these. I'm just going to test this out. Just need 2 rings. And I'll list these on Amazon, you guys, so you can find these. They usually come in a box of like 50 or something, so maybe you can share with a friend. This would be a really fun one to do, like a little crop together. All right, so we're going to open that up. We have a pocket here. And remember, these pockets, this is a gusseted bag, so it's divided. So you could put something here and you could put something here. You could put photos here. You can put little tags and tuck things here. So we're going to also be doing some really cute little pullouts. Okay, I'm just going to keep going and we'll come back. All right, I got my little stack all done. And then, you guys, for the cover, I kind of changed my mind and I thought I had one paper bag left. So I ended up using 4 paper bags. And then I had one left and I thought I'm going to use the little cutaway part that you tape for the front cover. And so I went ahead and did that as normal. The only thing I changed about it is I only punched the little circle on the inside part so that the outside part looked like a nice little cover. Okay, so that's going to stay the same. And then punched a hole there. And then I wanted to show you what we could do with this last bag. Okay, we can make a little pop-up with it, which is a pretty fun little thing to do. So let me show you. It's really easy. Just going to take this part of the bag. You can do this with any size bag on another project. They look really cool in junk journals. So you're going to do this. You're going to make that little T shape. And then we're going to cut this down to just about a 1/2 inch long. We want to get rid of most of it. Let's see how close we can get to a 1/2 inch. Oh yeah, that's pretty darn good. All right, so then got some paper that I've cut down and inked to go here. I do need to ink this cut edge though. My inker is falling apart. I've inked so much this afternoon. All right, so we're going to glue this part on the front, what will be the front. There. This is what's great about using these scraps. This part is just going to go right there because it's just this little edge that's going to show. Oh, I think this one. No, we're going to do this one. It's hard passing up really cute details on paper. And this is just going to slide right in there. Okay. And now we're going to take a little bit of that washi tape. We're going to open this up and we're going to attach this here. Just right in the middle. We want to make a little tab with it. Okay. Now we're going to take this and we're going to glue it inside. We have to find a page that it works with. I think this page would be cool. And don't worry, we'll be doing a flip through. We're going to glue this in. And you could use whatever kind of adhesive you like to put that in. All right. Normally I would let that sit there a little bit, but this is what happens when you pull this open. It makes this cool little pocket that collapses down and lays flat. We are going to glue something on the inside. Ooh, let's use this side. It's like I'm discovering the patterns all over. All right, we're going to put this on the inside. So when that's popped up by the user of this album, the recipient of this album, you get a nice little surprise. And you could put little notes in there. Okay, so let's try that again. So you're just going to pull. And you could even put a little note on here that says pull, so they know what's going on. All right. So now we're going to just put our little rings through here. I have glue all over me. Just going to thread these through the holes. I do like that I use that polka dot binding. I think that's turning out really cute. Just continuing that bumblebee theme. It's a little whimsical. Oh, the little pocket I put in here, which I have to show you. I mean, the little tuck spot tag is in my way. And we're going to thread these on. I'm just going to thread them on one at a time. I was just in too big of a hurry. And then we're going to take a little flip through, and you can see the order in which I put these in, because I did a couple different little things. Okay, we're going to secure this one. It was much easier just to stand it up and do it this way. And then I'm going to just tie some ribbons on there, and that'll be really sweet. All right, we're going to still decorate the front cover, but we look in here and we have a little pocket, and you can get 2 of these tags. I just cut down some solid cardstock that coordinated. I do need to mention, I think I said at the very beginning, I cut these pattern papers to 4 inches. I cut them to 4 1/4. So these are 4 1/4. And I cut these just a little bit smaller, about 4 inches to go in here. You'll notice this part right here, this little pull tab, is just a folded up circle from our circle punch. Ink the edges, glued on there. Makes a cute little pull tab without having to buy another tool. And as I said, you could put multiples in here. These are great for journaling, great for photos, great places for photos, for journaling. Little tuck spot right there. I didn't fill the rest. You guys can fill those, because you guys, remember, I love to give this away. And then we've got our little pop-up. I took a little scrap of our leftover paper on one of the blank kind of pages that didn't have a little tuck spot, and I just glued a little bit down here to have a little pocket there. And then of course when we punch right here, that did go into that a little bit, but I think that's fine. I forgot to ink that. All right, and then great spots for photos and journaling, all the way through, little tuck spots, little pockets. This thing can get so loaded up. And at the very end, I chose to leave mine like this, but you could also just not punch this page right there. Okay, when we come back, we're going to decorate the front cover and add some ribbon. Okay, you guys, we are all done. Cover, added the ribbons. So for the cover, I added this little swirl. It's from the Graphic 45 Life is Abundant collection. I'm going to use this a lot. It has so much good stuff in it. I just used the swirl from there. A couple little paper flowers available at Paper Wishes. All the stuff is linked down below. And then these cute little vellum bees. So cute. Added those. And to glue those down, some people get a little freaked out by vellum, but I just used my Cosmic Shimmer glue, and I just put a little coating on the back with my fingers and just attached it. The glue doesn't show, it dries clear. And then of course, using the 6x6 Be Happy paper all came together. So you guys, as I said, I love to give my projects away. So made this one using these little Dollar Tree gift sacks. And so all you have to do to play is like, comment, and be a subscriber. And then in about a week, we'll choose one of those comments and we'll choose a winner, and we'll announce it in next week's video. So you gotta watch next week's video to check back and see if you won. Thanks for joining me today, you guys, and I'll see you next time.